What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so you guys may recall some years ago, Draymond Green started a podcast, and he was doing episodes of this podcast. I think it was like immediately after Warriors games. I think it started like in the 2022 postseason. And that's when he was calling out so-called legacy media. They were supposed to be the new age media. Athletes now had a voice. But ultimately, I think that podcast, after an early hot start, it failed. He just started saying stupid shit on there. Okay. And he personally was just dwarfed and outgunned by other better podcasts out there. And, we also said upon observation, it's interesting that his boy could go on the Pat McAfee show, or he could go and start a podcast with JJ Redneck and Steve Nash, but he never ever plugged his boy's podcast. It's just funny. But anyway, Draymond now has a podcast that he does with some other guy. I don't know who he is. And they talk football. And recently they were talking about Dak Prescott. Now, of course, the Dallas Cowboys have not won anything really in quite some time, right? And I guess they were assessing Dak Prescott. And Draymond Green called Dak Prescott a bum. Right? Saying that, yeah, he puts up numbers, but when the team needs him in big moments and big games, he fails to deliver more often than not. So to him, that made him a bum. And that was very, very offensive. I think most of us found it very offensive, especially coming from Draymond Green. And one person who found that very offensive was none other than Michael Irvin, the playmaker. And he was on the It Is What It Is podcast with Mace and Cameron. And, it sounded to me like Mace and Cameron were like trying to defend Draymond Green's position. And I also noticed that when Michael Irvin was trying to talk about some of the biases involving these takes on Dak Prescott, they kind of didn't want to hear it. They started laughing and snickering, and it was real immature on their part, in my opinion.
And certainly making more money than all of them. So what is he calling a bum? You see, I don't mind you want to talk about another sport. There's no issue with that. You know what I mean? You understand what it takes to be an athlete. Come on, man. To do the things that Dak has done over the amount of time that he has done it. You're totally out of line to call this man a damn bum, man. Totally out of line. Y'all, we can laugh about it, we can play about it, but he's totally fucking out of line with it. And there ain't no getting around it. You know what I mean? Because now, if he's a bum, everything under him is a bum. Lamar Jackson ain't showed up in the big moments. I don't see you calling him a bum. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mike, you really don't like this.
And Mike, who said we co-signed it? We just Mike.
No. I'm just saying. I'm saying we okay. All them white boys that make all that money, that ain't did what Dak did. Are they bums? You see, this is the mentality that they have placed on us. That's why when he says,
Mike.
Let me
This is tantamount, Mike. What about the tantamount?
When he says, you heard what he said? When he says, after they gave Dak all that money, they gave it to Dak. Dak didn't earn his. They gave it to Dak. But every other, they got a contract. It's like we say one way, like he earned it. In another way, like the brothers, they gave it to him. So now he has to show us something. You know what I mean? Man, come on, man. Stop playing, man.
Mike, they use the same.
They're not going to give you any more than you didn't earn.
Mike,
So
they use the same. They used the same language when it came to Lawrence. We said the same thing. They gave him the money. But Mike, what he's talking about is when it really counts, the guy doesn't show up. I mean, you are a playmaker. When the game was on the line, you showed up. Why is it a bad thing if he want Dak to show up?
That same commentary, did you not say that about Lamar Jackson? Is he a bum? Did you say that about Lamar Jackson? Did you just talk about, when you talk about championship town and all of that, did you not say the same thing about Lamar Jackson? Are you going to call him a bum?
Well,
Mike, when you're dealing with Lamar, Jackson, it's a different. What's the word you use? Capitulation.
Think about it.
It doesn't show up with Lamar.
First of all, Michael Irvin is a diehard Dallas Cowboys. Only team he played for. You know what I'm saying? Wished he could have played longer if it wasn't for that injury that he suffered in '99, I think, in Philadelphia. Wasn't for that, man, he'd have played even longer. So he's going to defend Dak Prescott. And to me, Michael Irvin has a lot of great points here, man, and I agree with him. Like, first of all, who is Draymond Green to be critiquing Dak Prescott? Draymond Green's never been the number one option of any team. He's never been the leader. I don't care about that emotional offense. No. He's never been the guy. Okay? If that team loses, it's almost there because of Draymond Green. Even when you think about it, even with his best final series, even his best playoff series in the 2016 NBA Finals, ultimately, no matter how you want to flip it, Draymond Green is the reason why they lost, because he missed Game 5 of that series. And he's not the best player. Look, man, the last championship the Warriors won had nothing to really do with Draymond Green. Draymond Green played like crap in that finals against the Boston Celtics. And they still won handily. Why? Because of Steph Curry. A little bit because of Klay Thompson. A lot because of Andrew Wiggins' defense. On on I believe it was Jason Tatum in that series, right? So at the end of the day, Draymond Green doesn't know what it's like to be the number one guy for any team. And when Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry were out that year, what did that team do? Not a damn thing. All I remember was the Warriors getting blown out by 30 points in first quarters. Draymond Green, when the game was televised, doing everything he can to get kicked out of the game because he didn't want to be embarrassed, faking toe injuries so he could sit on the bench next to goddamn Klay and Steph Curry or whatever. He ain't no damn leader his damn self. How the hell you got some nerve to critique Dak Prescott? And Dak Prescott is a guy that has had to overcome a lot of personal tragedies in his own life. His mother tragically died of colon cancer when he was young. His brother, back during the COVID pandemic, unalived himself. So the recent passing of their teammate, Marshawn Nealon, who also unalived himself, that's probably triggering back, long dormant, horrible memories in his subconscious. Dak Prescott, he say he's struggling with this situation right now. Dak probably doing a lot of stuff right now, man, personally. I get he's supposed to be a professional, but come on, you can't put all this stuff on Dak Prescott, man. The Dallas Cowboys haven't won a damn thing in 30 years. Dak Prescott been playing for the Cowboys for 30 years. What did they win under Tony Romo? Not a damn thing. They didn't win anything under Tony Romo. And I don't remember the media going in on Tony Romo to this extent. What has Josh Allen won? And that's my team. I love the Buffalo Bills, but let's keep it real. Josh Allen can underperform the playoffs all day, every day. And as long as he just puts up big numbers, that's enough. Michael Irvin 100% correct. Certain players, who just look a certain way, it ain't enough for them to put up big numbers. They got to win Super Bowls. They got to win MVPs. If it's a year where they don't win a championship, they get critiqued. And Mason Cameron was ticking me off laughing and kikiing when Michael Irvin was talking about the different expectations when it's a certain player versus another one. He was telling the truth, but those guys get kind of nervous around those types of conversations. Michael Irvin was keeping it real, man. And another thing too, a quarterback is generally speaking the leader of the team. But a quarterback, is much harder for a quarterback to dominate and lead a team to victory on the field versus a basketball court. A great player can affect the game in basketball, the NBA, much more directly, much more prominently than a quarterback or a great player in football. He needs help. If you don't have great receivers, if you don't have consistent receivers, have a consistent offensive line, if you don't have, like I said, proper blocking and it's great coaching, the right schematics, then things, it don't matter how great he is. John Elway is one of the great quarterbacks of all time. But until he got that great super squad around him, the last couple years of his career, he was a loser, according to the media. Dan Marino, does anybody ever call him a loser? All I hear about how great a passer Dan Marino is. And he was. But he never won anything. Went to one Super Bowl his rookie year, I think it was, and never went back. Was it his fault? No. Because he never had great core receivers. He never had great running back. I think the best running back he had was a guy named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, no relation to the basketball player. And I get all of that. But at the same time, he never won any damn thing. But certain players, when they don't win, especially in the last 10 to 15 years, they get ready to ride at. So I don't know, man. Draymond just took me on. Like, Draymond, you the last person we need to talk about calling somebody a bum. Seriously, man? Maybe that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.